Hello devs, Bartek speaking. Welcome again to Software Mention React Native Labs. In this episode, we are making our photo gallery app truly multi-platform using just React Native. From tablets and web browsers to TV screens, your app needs to run everywhere. That's where React Native shines. Together with Gio, we'll walk you through the challenges of cross-platform development. Let's start big with a TV. Gio, over to you.
Thank you, Bartek. Hi everyone, Giovanni here. So you want to take your mobile app to TV? Yeah, it's more complex than you might think. A TV is not just a giant phone turned sideways. There's a whole different set of challenges. Today I'm showing you how to get your React Native app running on Fire TV that you can use to turn any regular TV into a smart connected device. The good news is that React Native tvOS exists. This lets you power your TV app while reusing most of your mobile implementation. Right out of the box, you get Android TV, Apple TV, and Fire TV support. What do you actually need to do? Just set up some environment variables and pre-build the app to generate a TV-specific native build. That is your starting point. Alright, the configuration is done. Time to launch the app. If we are lucky, maybe everything will just work at first try. But let's be realistic. Sometimes you hit a wall. Some of the libraries you're using, they don't just support the TV platform yet. So how do you figure out which ones? There are simply two ways. One, you can check the reactnative.directory website, where there is a filter for platforms, OS, and you can check if a library is working, for example, for FireOS or not. And the other option is just going through the documentation of the library. Okay, so we got the app running on TV. But here's the thing. This is still just a mobile app displayed on a big TV screen, not a real TV app. The crucial step is adapting the app properly for the TV platform, both how it looks and how it works. We need to follow what's called the 10-foot UI design principle, designing for a user that is sitting 10 feet away from the screen. There are a few things here that we need to tackle. First, the remote control focus. User needs to navigate with a remote, not via touch. So we built a focusable image component with animated focus boxes that scale when you navigate. Navigation has to work completely differently. So probably you have to implement proper focus management using, for example, TV Focus Guide View to control the navigation flow. And the visual feedback is critical. When someone presses a button on the remote, they need to see something happen immediately. That's why our setting button, for example, has a TV-specific focus scaling with an animated feedback. And about the UI, everything needs to be sized right for viewing from across the room. We added responsive design for widescreen with proper margins and padding calculated for a TV viewing distance. Once we handle all these 10-foot UI principle, we will actually have a proper TV app instead of just a mobile app that happens to run on a TV.
TV is working great, but our appetite for multi-platform support doesn't stop there. The next big step? Web browser. React Native, together with Expo, promises to run on the web. Well, in theory. React Native itself works on the web, but when you rely on mobile-specific APIs or libraries, things can break, and suddenly your web build doesn't work as expected. Our photo gallery app is a perfect example of such a scenario. We depend on images stored locally, so we need to rethink how to access them. On mobile, we use Expo Media Library and Expo File System to read photos directly from the device. On the web, there are a few ways to approach this. We could either choose to serve the photos from a server or use a specific web API. To keep things consistent with mobile, we choose the latter. In our case, File System API was the perfect fit. Another key aspect to consider when building for the web is responsiveness. Your app might be rendered in a tiny window or stretched across a massive screen. Up to this point, we've been using DimensionsGet API to grab a static viewport size. But we can take it a step further. With the Use Window Dimensions hook, our app can respond instantly to changes in the viewport area. There's a bonus. This improves the mobile as well. Have you ever heard of device rotation? Or even worse, foldable devices? Rest assured, we've got you covered. And with that, our photo gallery app becomes truly multi-platform. Remember, if you want to dive deeper, check out the article linked in the description below. And for more content like this, make sure to follow our channel. See you in the next episode. Bye!